Some things to note before we get started. Ashley and Jinx are going to be going on a trip soon, so I'm using my Monday powers to waive some rules. First off, they don't have to upload a video. We're going to be going lenient on each other if one of them can't. 2, the 4-minute rule no longer applies. They can go over the time limit if they want. And 3, this week is going to be a free week. We can talk about whatever the heck we want to talk about. With that said, welcome to Monday. So I was hanging out the other day, wasn't doing anything special, just hanging, being cool and stuff like that. And something strange happened. A couple of people came into my mind and introduced themselves. And I was like, well, I can't really write down your origin story because I don't have a pen. And they were all like, phone, dumbass. So, I started writing exposition for my story. Ha ha! And that's pretty much what I've been doing. I've been writing exposition for my story. And that hasn't happened in a long time, and it makes me feel really good inside. I have quite a bit of exposition written so far. A lot of it is really confusing, but I guess that's the point of why I'm writing it, is just for me to keynote myself on what all is happening in the timeline that I'm writing. Also as reminders of, reminders of what's happening in the story. It's like a bunch of... I'm writing a history book right now, pretty much. It's just the history of the world and what's predated the events that are going to be written about. I'm not sure exactly which direction I'm going to take it. I do have a very good general outline inside of my head, and I've had this outline for quite some time. I know like certain key points that are what are going to be driving the characters and their motivations and stuff like that. But it's always good to have a reminder for such things. And I know exactly where the story will end. It's just the journey there that I'm trying to get down. And I guess that's the biggest part about writing, is getting into the door. But the journey is a little bit difficult for me too, because there's just so much that can happen. And J.K. Rowling said it the best. She was sitting there writing, and then all of a sudden Fred was dead. So you're never really sure exactly where your story's going to go. You have a general idea of where it's going to go, but there are events that could make you cry as well. I'm trying not to make a heartbreaking book, but still. I think my story has a lot of potential, and I'll be very happy to get it out in the open, because I have very big plans for it. Most of the stories that I've written have taken place in this world, in this universe. And I eventually want to release others like that too. So it would be any book that came out that was written by me, you would know that it was written in that universe. That's how I want it to be. But it's always seemed that way, is they've always taken place in the same universe. Events have been different. It's perspective-based, pretty much. Well, I guess not. It's hard to explain. It's just, there's so many ideas in my head. If you've ever been wondering why my hair is always looking weird in my vlogs, yeah, you thought it was just bedhead, didn't you? Little did you know I was slowly pulling my hair out my head. I think I need to lie down. Ashley, I hope to see you on Wednesday.